All right, guys, let's have some real talk. When was the last time you woke up, threw back the covers, and felt that morning salute like you did when you were 20? For many of you watching, it's been a while, maybe months, maybe years. You might be sitting there thinking, well, I'm 65. This is just what happens, right? The equipment just got retired. Wrong. As a specialist in urological surgery, I'm here to give you a serious warning. If you are relying solely on a little blue pill to get the job done while ignoring what you're putting on your dinner plate, you are putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. Your erectile health isn't just about performance. It is the ultimate check engine light for your entire cardiovascular system. If the blood isn't flowing down there, it's likely struggling to flow to your heart and your brain too. But here is the good news. You are not broken. Your body is a biological machine, and just like a vintage sports car, if you give it the right high-octane fuel, it can still perform beautifully. Today, I'm going to show you 5 specific science-backed foods that act as natural keys to unlock your blood flow. We aren't talking about magic herbs from a late-night infomercial. We are talking about clinical nutrition that helps make your erection strong, reliable, and yes, rock hard. Before we dive into the list, I want to know, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I love seeing how far this mission of men's health reaches. And if you're ready to take control of your vitality, hit that like button right now and subscribe. It tells YouTube that men's health matters. I'm Dr. Sophia, and I'm a board-certified urologist with over 12 years of clinical experience. Now, a quick note of transparency. While the medical expertise and every word of this script come directly from the clinical practice of Dr. Narita, my physical presentation is AI-assisted. Why? To make sure this life-changing medical information is accessible, clear, and delivered without the stiff feeling of a hospital exam room. Let's bust a huge myth right now. A lot of men believe that after 60, erectile dysfunction is an inevitability. That's simply not true. Aging is a natural process, but impotence is a symptom, not a birthday present. When things stop working, it usually means your inner plumbing is getting rusty or clogged. My mission isn't to replace your medications if you need them. It's to help you optimize your body so that those medications work better, or in many cases, become unnecessary. You're not alone in this struggle, and you certainly shouldn't feel ashamed. We are going to fix the foundation so the house stands strong again. 5th, anthocyanin-rich berries, the vascular shield. Biologically, think of your arteries as garden hoses. Over time, those hoses can get stiff, cracked, and narrowed. Berries, specifically blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries, are packed with flavonoids called anthocyanins. The science? Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 25,000 men and found that those who ate flavonoid-rich foods had a significantly lower risk of ED. These compounds help your endothelium, the thin lining of your blood vessels, release nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up wide. No nitric oxide, no erection. It's that simple. Emotionally, when you start protecting your vascular system, that fear of failure begins to fade. There is a specific kind of confidence that comes back when you realize your body is actually responding to your desires again. You stop viewing intimacy as a test you might fail and start viewing it as a connection you can enjoy. Practically, I want you to aim for 1 cup of berries daily. Pro tip: frozen berries are often cheaper and just as nutrient-dense as fresh ones. Warning: don't bury them in sugar or heavy cream, which can cause inflammation. 4. Pistachios, the clinical crunch. Biologically, this is one of my favorite surgeon secrets. Pistachios contain a high amount of an amino acid called L-arginine. The science: think of L-arginine as the raw material your body needs to manufacture that nitric oxide we just talked about. A famous study involving men with ED showed that eating about 100 grains of pistachios daily for just 3 weeks led to a significant improvement in their International Index of Erectile Function, IEEF scores. It improved blood flow, not just in the lab, but in the bedroom. Emotionally, this is where the spontaneity comes back. One of the hardest parts for men over 60 is feeling like they have to plan for hours or days in advance. When your body has the right raw materials, like those in pistachios, you start to feel more ready, more often. Practically, the dosage used in the study was about 3.5 ounces, roughly 2 handfuls per day. Timing: these are great as a mid-afternoon snack. Precautions: stick to the unsalted variety. High sodium can spike your blood pressure, which actually constricts your garden hoses and works against you. 3rd, dark chocolate, the bitter truth for better flow. Biologically, think of your blood flow like a radio signal. When there's too much static in the form of oxidative stress and inflammation, the signal to get an erection gets lost. Dark chocolate is loaded with flavonols, which act like a signal booster. The science? These flavonols increase the concentration of nitric oxide in the blood and improve the flexibility of your arteries. Research shows that cocoa can actually lower blood pressure and improve circulation throughout the entire body. But remember, the medicine is in the cocoa, not the sugar. Emotionally, let's be honest, sex after 60 is as much about the vibe as it is the mechanics. Chocolate triggers the release of phenylethylamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals. When you feel better mentally, your body is much more likely to cooperate physically. This is where that lost spark often starts to reignite. Practically, I'm giving you a doctor's order to eat chocolate, but there's a catch. The rule? It must be at least 70% cocoa. 85% is even better. Milk chocolate is just candy and will actually hurt your progress by causing inflammation. Amount? Stick to 1 to 2 small squares, about 30 grams a day. Precautions? If you are sensitive to caffeine or suffer from acid reflux, avoid eating this right before bed. 2. Leafy greens and beets, the nitrate powerhouse. Biologically, if your penis is a high-performance engine, nitrates are the high-octane fuel. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and especially beets are the world's best sources of inorganic nitrates. The mechanism? When you eat these, your tongue and stomach convert them into nitric oxide. While the berries protect your hoses, these greens fill them. It's a process called vasodilation, the widening of the blood vessels. The analogy? Imagine a busy highway. Nitrates take that 2-lane road and turn it into a 6-lane superhighway, allowing blood to rush where it needs to go without the traffic jam of ED. Emotionally, many men tell me that once they start fueling correctly, they feel a sense of vitality they haven't felt in a decade. You don't just feel more capable in the bedroom, you feel more energetic throughout the day. That heavy feeling in your legs often disappears along with the issues downstairs. Practical instruction? You need a dose of greens daily. A large spinach salad or a 4-ounce glass of beet juice is ideal. The chewing secret. Don't use mouthwash right after eating these. The bacteria on your tongue are actually what help convert the nitrates into nitric oxide. Warning, beets can turn your urine or stool slightly red. Don't panic, you aren't bleeding, it's just the natural pigment. 1. Watermelon, the natural blue pill fruit. Biologically, we've reached number 1. Watermelon contains a very high concentration of a phytonutrient called L-citrulline. The science? In your body, citrulline is converted into arginine, which is then converted into, you guessed it, nitric oxide. Texas A&M researchers have even called watermelon a natural Viagra because it uses the exact same biological pathway to relax blood vessels that pharmaceutical ED drugs use. Metaphor, if berries are the shield and greens are the fuel, watermelon is the ignition switch that gets the whole system moving. Emotionally, this is the heavy hitter for confidence. When you see your body responding naturally to a fruit you can buy at any grocery store, the medicalization of your sex life starts to disappear. You realize you aren't a patient, you're just a man who needed better nutrition. Practically, the secret spot. Most of the citrulline is actually in the white part of the rind, not just the red flesh. Use a vegetable peeler to get some of that white rind into a blender. Amount? Aim for 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon. Timing? Because it's a natural vasodilator, eating this a few hours before planned intimacy can provide a noticeable boost. Note, it's a natural diuretic, so be prepared for a few extra trips to the bathroom. Action plan. Here's how to put it all together. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. That's how people quit. Instead, let's use the lazy man's vitality protocol. The simplest 5-second fix is what I call the morning vitality smoothie. Toss 1 cup of frozen berries, 2 cups of watermelon, including a bit of the white rind, and a handful of fresh spinach into a blender. Sip that while you read the news. You've just hit 3 of our top 5 before 9 a.m. For a 30-day challenge, start with just that smoothie for the first week. In week 2, add the handful of pistachios as your afternoon snack. By week 3, swap your sugary dessert for 2 squares of dark chocolate. By starting with the simplest option and layering them in, you're not just dieting, you're rebuilding your vascular foundation. Now, let's be realistic. You didn't lose your salute overnight, and you won't get it back in 5 minutes. This isn't a magic pill that works in an hour. This is biological restoration. Think of it like tending a garden. You have to water the soil and pull the weeds before the flowers bloom. Within 2 to 4 weeks, most men in my clinic notice a change in morning response and overall energy levels. These changes are gradual, but unlike a pill that wears off, these results are sustainable. This isn't about chasing your 20s or trying to be someone you're not. This is about protecting your dignity, your health, and your connection with your partner for the long haul. Gentlemen, please hear me on this. You are not a diagnosis, and you are not expired. Our culture often tries to tell men that after 60, we should just fade into the background and accept a loss of vitality. I am here to tell you that is a lie. Aging does not have to mean losing the ability to connect deeply and physically with the person you love. You are not alone in this. Millions of men are navigating these same changes, but the difference between those who give up and those who thrive is the willingness to take action. This process of fueling for flow is natural, but it's not a final sentence. If things have slowed down, your body is incredibly resilient. It wants to heal, it wants to function. By making these small, consistent changes, you are reclaiming your health from the ground up. Your best days, your most intimate moments, and your strongest self are not behind you. Stay strong, gentlemen. You've got the tools, and you've got the power to use them. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 5 foods are you going to add to your grocery list first. Is it the watermelon or maybe those pistachios? I read as many of your comments as I can. If this information helped you today, or if it gave you a bit of hope, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more men who might be struggling in silence. And make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. I post weekly strategies specifically designed for men over 50 to help you optimize your vitality and your life. Finally, if you have a buddy who needs to hear this real talk, share this video with him. Let's look out for each other. I'm Dr. Sophia, and remember, vitality is a choice.